did want to bring that up, actually.
Yeah.
Are we recording right now, Jay?
Yeah,
Oh,
we are.
shit.
We are.
We don't have to. Should we just not even do the intro?
And we're back.
Well, on today's episode of the Side Dish Podcast, there is no side dish and there's no guest. It's just me, my co-host Jay, and our good friends Saul and James are in the studio.
What's up?
What up?
I feel like the last few episodes we've been giving you guys has been a lot of interview style format, which has been a lot of fun. It's a lot of work. And today I just wanted to hang out.
Wait, this feels so wrong. You
Why?
have to do the welcome to the Side Dish
guys.
Podcast.
Hell fucking no, dude. Today is not the day.
For the record, I like your introduction. So
Yeah, but the introduction requires a lot of like gusto, you know, like
Which you
charisma.
don't have.
I
What,
just don't have
would
right
it
now.
sound like
Yeah.
if you did it?
Well, if I did do it, it'd be like, welcome back to the Side Dish Podcast. I'm your host, Aaron Shin, joined as always by my co-host, Jay Lee.
Hey.
And today we're joined by none other than Saul Lee and James Chung.
What's up?
James Chung and Saul Lee, how are you guys doing today?
okay,
Well,
I
we
see your
know
point.
we know Saul is agitated.
Agitated.
So we're
Saul,
trying to
Saul
match
came into
them
the
up.
studio talking about how agitated he was. So yeah, Saul, without further ado, not to put you on the spotlight, but how's your week been going, man? Or how's your day?
Because we've been mirroring you all evening.
Your
All
energy
this
has just
mirroring.
totally bleeded over into us.
Yeah, I appreciate the mirroring. I've been dealing with so family stuff, getting prepared for the wedding, and
So have you been agitated since this weekend?
no, being agitated today was just because I wasn't prepared for my class. And I taught a class, not being prepared, and then
Did you like make a faux pas in front of your students?
no, I mean I find I have workarounds, but I just dislike not being prepared for my classes because I take pride in my
Why
in
were
my
you
job.
unprepared?
Mainly sleep deprivation, I think, and then just not having enough time in the morning. I had to do a stream this morning, so that's why I don't know. I was unprepared.
So you're cranky.
what
and then-
kept you up the previous nights?
The whole of random things that I think I need to do before I sleep, whatever that
James,
is.
you clearly don't know Saul and Saul's brain because everything he's saying to me, I'm like, I totally
I'm
totally
just trying
get
to give
it.
context to the audience. And I also feel like this is a therapeutic kind of
Yeah, if we can help
moment.
bring you out of your sort of like rut, that'd be great.
I actually, it's funny. This morning I wrote like a thing in my my journal. I think my first sentence was, "I think I solved the problem of sleep."
Okay.
Do you remember what that revelation was?
The worst manifesto ever.
and then I just ended it right there. That
Also-
was the end of my
dude,
note.
Also, I'm not to go dark, but that sounds like the most depressing suicide note, unalive note.
That's
Oh
that
my
could
god,
be
I'm just
that.
saying.
incredibly dark.
That is
Yeah.
dark.
James, how you doing?
I'm good. I honestly I had my high school friend visit last week,
That's right.
and
Ian and Rachel.
Ian and Rachel,
Lovely
and I
couple.
hadn't seen Ian in probably 12 years. And also, we hadn't really kept up in between much at all.
But once you guys reunited, it was kind of like
It's like we picked up where we left off.
That's how it is with high school homies. I think.
And I felt like we were making up for lost time, just going on a bit of a bender, just in terms of drinking. But when he left, I was like, finally, I'm gonna like take a break, and I felt really like I just felt like I was going through like withdrawal or something. I realized later I was just sick.
Okay.
I think I had like a one day like my lungs had like some phlegm in it.
Oh
But
my God.
it was just like,
But also, James famously, like Saul, terrible sleeper.
well, I've gotten way better about that.
Oh,
that
have
was
you?
like, I mean, that was just last year. 'Cause
Have
my-
you solved the problem with sleep?
Yeah. I mean, quitting my job and like having more time is one solution.
Yeah, one solution. Saul, have you considered quitting one of your jobs?
Kind of metaphorically, yes. I've been metaphorically quitting multiple jobs.
I don't understand that metaphor at all. Do you mean you've been like checking out of like actual social responsibilities and emotional responsibilities, or
It's more psychic responsibilities to my
psychic responsibilities?
to myself, but it's like I'm telling myself, oh, I'm like the content developer for my company. Oh, I'm also the developer and the product manager for my company. I'm also the marketer for my company. And I'm just like firing myself from these jobs.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You're giving
Weird
up.
framing.
So you're giving up. Got it. Okay, cool. So Ian and
Back to
Rachel.
James.
Yeah, back to James. Ian and Rachel, lovely couple. They came to my birthday.
That was fun.
And I had a lot of fun. Yeah. Also, thank you guys
Great,
for coming.
happy
to the
birthday. Happy
Thank
belated,
you.
by the way.
It was so much fun, dude. Bowling is the most Wholesome fucking activity.
Everyone's so supportive.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Everyone's high-fiving after everyone goes. You always have to
True.
high-five everyone.
Very true.
When
Yeah.
someone gets a strike or a spare, it's a big deal. When someone gets a gutter ball, it's like, it's all good.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
We're
it was,
competing, but like not really.
no, seriously, it was so much fun. Also, Saul, your fiance, was struggling, bro.
It was.
Struggling hard, which is ironic because the content she's always posting is that you guys at F45, like the fitness program, like killing it. Like doing fucking jump ropey things and like throwing balls in the air and whatever. So I assumed you guys were both hella jacked. But then when I saw her pick up the ball and she was like, she was trying to use the momentum of her arm basically to like pendulum it to start rolling. I was like, oh, poor girl. No actual upper body strength.
Whoa.
Her strength, I think I was actually telling her to stop trying to use her strength because it was making her
Tired.
go like it was making her like form all terrible.
Oh,
so
okay.
I specifically told her to just use the gravity and to kind of nudge it along.
But definitely MVP of the night was none other than James Lee. Fucking
Who's James Lee?
sorry.
James Lee, our
That was
buddy.
our
I'd like
couple
to meet
name.
this
Our
James
buddy.
Lee.
I'm sure there is a James Lee that
Well, of course.
It does
Every
kill it at bowling.
single one of us knows a James Lee, and they're all different.
I
people.
actually do know James Lee. Yeah, no, but Jay killed it at bowling. You hit, what was your first game score? You got something in.
I hit
insane.
150 something.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah,
You
our
were-
humble bowl lord.
Jay was at like 100, like 7 throws. I don't even
Yeah.
call them 7
Frames? Yeah.
frames
Frames.
in. And I was like, you're about to hit 150. And Jay's like, there's no way.
That was one of my better bowling nights, probably.
It's funny because Ian was like, I'm part of my work's bowling league. And he showed up and he was like, bowled like a 60.
Anyway, so it was lovely having your friends in town. And overall, how are you doing right now, James? How's your mental health? And
No, I mean, I'm good. I feel like there's so much happening that, because I just want, like, what I want is be able to, like, lock in, have, like, I don't know, at least 4 weeks where I can just, like, focus on, like, doing things, being in Korea, not having, like, extended obligations.
I thought you were naming the things you're trying to focus on. Being
No,
in
no,
Korea.
I want, but, like, I'm, like, leaving for Hong Kong tomorrow.
Yeah.
My parents are in town. Basically, like, once I'm at, like, second week of April, I should be able to, like, just really dial things in. But until then, I'm just letting myself like be okay with not like just shooting towards like these things I want to do this year.
Which are?
You know, I want to like create a sort of routine. I famously don't like routines. But
Famously.
I famously don't.
Everyone knows it.
I mean, you guys would. I mean, but like you can
here
sense
to-
that.
I mean, there
right?
was a
Like,
time where we could go to James's house unannounced at
Yeah. I mean,
any time.
Well, that's still valid, but totally like anytime you could just come over and just
Yeah.
hit me up. You know what I mean? Like, all right,
Yeah,
come out or
for
whatever.
sure.
Like, I love spontaneity, but I want to create a system that like works for me.
Brushing your teeth.
Yeah, brushing my
Putting
teeth.
on
Changing your
socks.
underwear. Kissing mommy.
And then putting on your underwear.
It's a routine. Yeah, I know. I feel you.
But-
routines are good.
Yeah. But you know,
Yeah.
like I'm having I'm going with my parents to Hong Kong tomorrow, and it's gonna be our like first family trip in years, essentially, right? Like all of us being together. But you know, this trip, I was able to tell my parents like my parents are staying with me for like 3 months, or not staying with me, but staying in Korea for like 3 months.
How?
But at one point, they came over to my house and they happened to be in the neighborhood. They ended up just staying at my place for the night. All this is unplanned. And my dad was like, you know, this is really nice. We just get to like sit and chat. Like we haven't done this in a while. We get to do this like for years. I was like, yeah. But a part of that was I literally couldn't communicate with you guys because I don't speak English very well. And my Korean was really bad growing up. And so like realizing like this was one of the first moments where I could like just like kind of shoot the shit with my parents for the first time in my life.
Damn, dude.
It was crazy.
When was the last time you hung out with them for like an extended period of time?
Both of them,
Yeah.
2021.
Ah, dude.
Wow.
Yeah,
5 years
my
ago.
mom's come to Korea. Well, actually, that might be not true.
But you were able to like basically
they came-
talk to them as a human being, as
Dude,
like
I mean,
person.
I've been in Korea 10 years. It took me like a good, like 2 years till I felt like kind of conversational. And then like 5 years where I could start kind of like, I don't want to say talking back to my parents, but being able to like argue back on things about like the way I feel or like explain how I
Like
feel.
link multiple sentences together.
Well, I mean, just
and
like,
then,
but like get a little bit deeper, right?
yeah.
I like to think that I can like banter and like respond in witty ways or whatever in English. I could do that in Korean to them. Make my parents laugh with like jokes I meant to make them laugh with.
Yeah.
And whatever. And
Yeah.
things like, I don't know, things like weird little things like that.
Yeah. And do your parents think you're funny?
I mean, that's not the point.
But it gets lost in translation. It's not a big
No,
deal.
but I mean,
It's
like
totally
there are definitely times where I'm like responding in a way that in my head is just like kind of bantering. They laugh. I'm like, I got them.
Yeah. My parents speak fluent English and I can't make them laugh.
Yeah, they don't
Is that a
get.
bad sign?
I mean, I remember.
My dad would go like, I'll make a joke. My dad would go like this.
I get it, but I don't think it's funny.
Is it because you're doing a Japanese accent?
No, that would probably make my dad laugh.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I think
you get it from your
I think my
father.
comedy is just a little too cerebral for them. You know, it just kind of goes
Fair
over
enough.
their
Too
heads.
sophisticated.
Yeah.
There's like a layers
They don't know
to it.
fancy words like obsequious. I'm famous for dropping these type of words in my act.
We should have a segment where we try to just speak as pretentiously as possible.
That'd be so much fun. We should also do a segment where you guys SAT vocab quiz me and Saul, because I know Saul his word bank is pretty
ridiculous.
robust, but I have a pretty good one too. But lately, I've been having to relook up words.
No, for sure. It's it's hard to
a lot
remember.
more than I used to. Speaking of like big words, you're reading Infinite Jest, David
Yeah.
Foster Wallace's seminal novel, groundbreaking work, 30-year anniversary this year.
The first thing that kind of occurs to me when I read Infinite Jest, it's my first time reading it.
I never finished it.
Me neither.
It's a thick one. Thick
It's
boy.
one of
It's
the,
a
it's
thick
one of
one.
the, it's like
It's,
famously.
I think
I'm gonna say this-
like probably 800 pages long and then 200 pages of footnotes.
yeah, it's like famously one of the densest books.
Yeah, it's insane. Dude, if you finish it, I'm going to buy you dinner.
You know what I just finished?
What?
The Hobbit trilogy.
Hell yeah.
Really?
I just
Did you
watched
really?
it. I
Nice.
think
Oh,
last
no.
night.
Oh, when you said finish, you meant a movie series. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I was gonna be like, oh, but good, you reread The Hobbit. That's awesome.
No, I had read The Hobbit.
Yeah.
I just watched the trilogy with Jen came over.
Uh-huh.
2 nights in a row. We just crushed through it.
That's awesome.
But I'm thinking like none of this happens in the book.
I don't remember anything from the
haven't-
books.
Yeah.
They made like half of the plot up.
Oh,
Because
in
the
movies.
first Hobbit, the one Hobbit book is shorter than the first Lord of the Rings. Right?
Right.
And so to make 85,000 words, something like that, into 3 movies, they had to just make up so much shit. And it was
Yeah.
only originally written as 2 movies. Apparently, they made it into a trilogy months before the release.
Damn, I haven't binge watched like a series of movies in so long. Jay, how you doing? How's life?
I'm
you,
good.
You have an orchestra concert coming up on Saturday.
Not this Saturday. It's about
Oh, yeah,
a month
it's-
from
it's
now.
like a month
Oh, it's a
from
month.
now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't read your text correctly. Then.
Actually, yeah, I was looking at it. I was
Oh.
like, I think. I mean, Aaron's assuming he's
I
going to
responded.
be.
I responded to Jay's invitation, being like, "I have an improv
I'm
show this week. I
busy."
can't." And then that's so presumptuous of me to assume that I'm going to be booked for next month's show. So I
But
apologize,
honestly,
James.
I don't know. Chances are good. Keep this up. Chances are good.
I don't know if Jan's going to love that though.
But for me, I recently I watched Hamnet.
Yes.
dude.
And I remember like a few days ago,
Oh, it's
dude.
so good.
I think at your birthday, Saul was saying that like he hadn't cried like that in like
Yeah.
years from watching.
Such a
like,
good movie.
I definitely cried.
Yeah, it's good.
It was really great. Did you watch it, James? Because
No,
okay,
no, no.
I don't want to spoil anything, but
I mean, you could even tell
The
them the plot,
story
but
the plot is so basic.
yeah, the plot is
Yeah.
basic, but the way that it's told is just
Every
so
scene,
good.
dude.
It's
yeah,
so good.
Jesse Buckley's acting was amazing. The kid Hamnet's acting was
sick. He was good,
incredible.
yeah.
And I think just like the idea of art as like a coping mechanism. It's like pretty on the nose, but it was very effective.
I agree.
And
It also did a really creative. It was. Oh, I mean, it's based on a novel, so the novelist should get credit
Yeah.
for this. But the connections between Hamnet's biography, quote unquote, which is largely fictionalized, but the way that she connected that to the character of Hamlet and the way and those scenes that she chooses to include in the movie from Hamlet as they echo the relationship between Shakespeare and his son was just so fucking good. It landed in a way that I was like, damn, like this movie really thought about this
Didn't
really
you
well.
once you first of all, you were in drama in high school, and was
Yeah.
it Hamlet? Did you
Yeah.
like love?
Yeah,
Hamlet?
I mean, I've talked about it before. We did a Hamlet cycle, so we had to perform it 3 times as a class. So, and then we had to play multiple characters. So I know that play pretty well, but I had forgotten so much of it until I watched Hamnet, and I was like, oh my god, I remember
They're
this scene.
related.
They're cousins actually.
Cousins, yeah.
What's the net?
Well, in the beginning of the film, there's
Why
like
are they trying to catch pigs? There's a
a
Hamnet.
description that says like back in that time, Hamnet and Hamlet were interchangeable.
Like
I don't know.
Shilla and
Yeah.
Shinna.
Yeah,
Like James and Jay.
good one.
brought it back.
Good callback. But what was I gonna say? Yeah. So like, I'm actually not. I don't think I've ever read Hamlet front to back, but that definitely made me want to explore that. Like,
Yeah, if you ever
again.
want to
And-
watch a grown adult read Hamlet for the first time on YouTube,
Oh,
Do you really
There's
have a
that.
video
Oh,
of you
did
reading?
entire thing.
How long is it? How long is
Thing.
should we?
It's like
should we
multiple it's like 5 videos.
Should we do a
reading?
Yeah, a reading of Hamlet.
I mean, I honestly, I would love to do that. I don't think anyone would care.
We could
but
make it
we-
as a
But
separate
that's
thing.
fine.
It could
It'd be
we
fun,
should totally
dude.
should do,
While
we should do a
we're-
play.
Yeah, while we're
Yeah.
hanging
We
out,
should just
drinking.
play multiple characters,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
I think.
That would
I
be
think
so
It's part
fun.
of the side
That's the
dishes
spirit
Patreon.
of
Yeah.
That's the spirit of
subscription.
drama.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah,
pick up-
okay. I'm
pick up a
actually
character.
super
Yeah,
down.
that
I'm
sounds really
so
fun.
down. Yeah.
I think one of our improv members slash just like friends, Megan. You know Megan.
Of course.
She, she was trying to organize this thing, a play reading, just like having people come
Yeah.
to us venue just to do a play reading. Just for
I would
fun.
love to. Also, Megan was on my mind today because she posted a thing on her story about. You remember the band The Decemberists?
Oh,
Yeah.
that is.
I never listened to them, but
Oh my
yeah,
gosh!
I'm
So she
familiar.
posted
Yeah.
something about like this album and I was like, I remember that album front to back. Like, I just liked it, but I wanted to comment being like, bro, my favorite track is, number
Why didn't
6.
you?
I was just like, I don't want to get in a conversation right now. I was like on my way over.
Speaking of like music, so I never actually listened to the Decemberists, but I recently got a YouTube subscription finally because I couldn't handle the ads and I've been
Yeah.
consuming it a lot more. And through that, I've been transitioning from Spotify to YouTube Music, and so the algorithm is quite different. So I put on a song that I was very familiar with, and then through that. I was fed a 9 Inch Nails song from 2013, and I never ever
9
listened
Inch
to 9 Inch
Nails.
Nails, right?
Yeah.
Never.
But Trent Reznor, Atticus, I forget his last name. They're now doing like film scores and stuff, and I enjoy those. But a song from their 2013 album came on, and it was really like sort of like techno vibey.
But it was
and,
good.
like,
You liked it?
I liked it a lot.
What's it called?
I think it was like Copy of A, maybe, or something like
Copy
that.
of A.
It actually, when I listened to it, it took me back to Challengers, the
movie.
because they
The
scored
tennis
that.
movie. Oh,
And-
he scored
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Oh.
and so I was like, I can see the sort of through line
Yeah,
there. But
yeah.
this is like, I have talked about this before, but I was very like snobby about my music that I would listen to, and so
who was not?
so like
What millennial is
for
it?
particularly like in 2013, like at that time I was way more into jazz probably at the time, and then even the indie stuff I was listening to was like, oh, if it's like mainstream quote unquote, then it's not. I like even like
you already don't like it.
even something like the Flaming Lips, like I wouldn't listen to.
Yeah.
And
That's the level above.
that being said, like I have since very much like shed myself of this
The
snobbiness.
ego. Yeah.
And
yeah.
really have been like embracing all these like everything from K-pop to pop to 2013 9 Inch Nails, and
Yeah.
it's been really great.
I do want to talk about that, like how pretentious millennials were.
Well, the guiding spirit was to protect your tastes because it was
And make it unique.
Well, it was really
Yeah.
easy to get. The word culture vulture comes to mind. That was a term that was thrown around in our generation of like, you can't just be cool because you like, this obscure band and this album and this book. But it used to be that way. Like, if you can say like, when we matriculated into college, I think In Rainbows had just come out. So then you'd have this. I remember Radiohead was such a topic of conversation because it'd be like, I love In Rainbows. Or like, oh, bro, In Rainbows, nah. It's all
Dude,
about Pablo Honey.
I
Right?
was totally that. I mean, not so much Pablo Honey because I don't
Or
really
the
like
Bends,
it, but it was
maybe.
like, yeah, the Bends,
The
or
Bends,
like
for sure.
OK Computer.
Yeah,
Or,
and I felt that way about books for sure, or like movies.
Isn't that crazy? Like there was this like
Period of life.
collective decision, where
Yeah.
we're all like,
Well,
we
we
were listening to the same things.
we
I
couldn't
have.
monetize it back then. Nowadays, you can. You can just make content about all the cool shit you listen to and sell that to other people. Like back then, it was so precious to hold on to that. I guess, right? Like it felt like you had a relationship with the work that wasn't commodifiable. You couldn't just give it to someone.
You know, I love like we have Gen Z friends that are like very proud of like being into like mainstream things, right? And it doesn't affect their sense of identity.
Yes, it's
but
true.
you know, being in like sort of like the hipster millennial circles, like you were just trying to always find, at least for me, like always trying to find new bands or like musicians that no one else had ever heard of.
Yeah, for sure.
And then if you found like the one other person that did, you've bonded with them.
Yeah.
I think with American culture in particular, and then our timing with like specifically our timing at our age when we're like in high school, it's just, you know, the way you kind of brand yourself to your friends, and you're like attaching yourself to like a band name or like a movie that you love or whatever. Yeah. And so, you know, remember the early days of Facebook when your bio had like 12 different like prompts or 20 different prompts, favorite movie, favorite books, favorite albums, favorite, you know, it just had to, you were just filling all this stuff out because you're trying to differentiate who you are through all the things that you
put
are.
To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah. You gotta do some Flannery O'Connor. If you're gonna go Southern Gothic, you gotta go Flannery O'Connor or nothing.
Yeah, I think at the time when we all believed that everyone was gonna make money and gonna make it okay, it was okay to just divide up society into people with different types of taste. But now it's like no one has any hope for the
thought
future.
they were unique because they loved the Amelie soundtrack. You know,
and then Team
100,
Amelie could all go work at Google together and be the marketing team.
But here's my point: is like we still exist. You know, we're still these people. Like, so when I meet another millennial that like, you know, basically was a copy and paste version of me, but grew up in the Midwest or whatever, I feel this kinship. I'm like, dude, we would have been friends. Like, we can bond over that, right?
We were all on Hype Machine.
Yeah,
listening to
for
music.
sure. Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but
Oh, exactly.
It was like a cool music
I wouldn't
blog,
have been friends with you guys. I do think there's something to be said about the generational sort of thing that you mentioned, or like you mentioned how people are they're willing to embrace, oh yeah, I love pop music. There's like Gen Z, it's fine. It's totally cool.
I love The Weeknd. You know what I mean?
Whereas like, you know, I feel like when we were coming of age, at least for me and my circle of friends, like this idea of becoming a sellout was like such a huge thing.
That was a big,
you know,
like,
and
taboo.
like you just don't,
man.
you want to
You know
fight
where that started?
so hard.
Yeah.
It started from the Disney movie Brinked.
the original, the original movie,
the blading movie.
Yeah. Well, Saul's talking about soul skaters, right? You're a soul skater. They were sponsored by a fucking washing machine, like a laundromat.
You remember this plot so well.
I remember Brink because I wanted so bad for Disney to put out a skateboarding movie, but Brink was what we got.
Which is like, as a skateboarder, it's like,
Which was basically like,
Yeah.
fuck me, man.
Well, we kind of had ours in Johnny Tsunami.
Johnny Tsunami was, that's actually the closest we got.
Johnny Tsunami. I don't think I watched that.
Yeah.
When did
Oh my
that come
God.
out? Was that
That was the
during
same
our-
era.
the
Same
same-
era.
yeah.
Same period.
Yeah.
But they had the Suicide Machines on Brinked soundtrack, which
did?
is a
Okay.
punk
Uh-huh.
band. Yeah.
Oh, that was a callback to an
Yeah,
earlier
yeah.
joke. I was like, wow, touche. Touche, Saul. Look, we've talked about Disney Channel original movies a few times on the podcast.
Okay, we'll skip.
No, but honestly, we could do a whole episode about that shit. Like,
Cheetah Girls, Cheetah Sisters.
Dude, like,
Cheetah
yes.
Girls.
We do a tier list of all the Disney movies in a
Yes.
future episode.
I would. I mean, Halloween Town goes at the very top for me.
Xenon Girl, the 21st
I mean, that's
Century.
also a classic.
Oh,
but
shit.
Halloween Town goes at the
I
top.
don't think I've
for
watched
me.
Halloween Town, but you just reminded me of Hocus
Halloween
Pocus.
Town was Disney's like pitiful attempt to like ride the craze of Harry Potter, but make Halloween Halloween Town is Hogwarts, right? But your IP is just Halloween stuff. So
Just pumpkins.
It's just pumpkins. It's just a fuck ton of pumpkins.
Wait,
dude.
sidebar. I'm also on a mission to finally watch all of the Harry Potter movies.
You haven't seen them.
I've not watched all of them.
I've only watched the first two when they came out. So I just watched the Sorcerer's Stone.
Were you shocked when Professor Quill was the same as Lord Voldemort?
I was surprised that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you really not?
Oh, had you not read any of the books?
So you thought
James, did you have any questions about the plot or anything? I can maybe
I read the
fill
first
in some
book.
gaps for you.
I watched the first two. I read the first book.
I specifically read the Sorcerer's Stone 5 times, the
What?
second one 4 times, the third one 3 times, the fourth one 2 times.
You're running out of numbers.
And then the fifth one 1 time. And then I was like, I can't keep rereading the entire fucking series every time it gets published. So then I
you would
stopped.
start from the beginning.
You
Yeah.
burned
That's
yourself
crazy.
out on
And
Harry
then I
Potter.
just stopped.
Why did
That's
you
a
do
you
that, dude?
fault.
I mean,
No,
that's
it's because I have
But
an awful
again,
memory.
if you know anything about Saul, that makes total sense.
Clearly, I don't know Saul
I'm not
as well as
surprised at
you.
all.
He was your best man.
Saul, the way his brain works is like it wants to take in as much as it can, but it obviously burns,
burns
out.
out.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of get that because I started Game of Thrones once it was hit season 3. That's when I finally started it. From then, I would rewatch each season
Previous
from
season?
the beginning
Oh wow!
to
See,
catch
that's way
myself
too much
up.
work.
It is a lot of work.
That's so
Yeah.
much work.
It- It's another
and
thing
that's why
where
I can't do TV because TV just requires so much investment from me. Like
That's funny you say that, but because you're reading Infinite Jest. Arguably, that's the equivalent of watching the entire Harry Potter series and Game of Thrones.
These days, if I start a TV show, like I'm just gonna constantly want to watch the next episode. Even at this age, I can't control it.
Oh,
and it's not like movies. Movies, I can just watch the thing as complete, and I'm like, I get the.
Do you watch movies all the way through, or do you pause them and kind
I
of like,
rarely. If I ever pause in the middle of a movie, it's very unlikely I actually finish it.
Okay.
If I want the experience, I usually do the entire thing and I'm done. Yeah, I try to like divvy it up and be cool about it, but I can't. My brain cannot be cool about these things. It's either 100% on or it's just off. It just cannot.
Also, that makes total sense. Speaking of shows you couldn't stop watching, I just watched Netflix's The Dinosaurs.
That sounds fun.
Oh.
I think I saw
Is it-
I think I saw the
It's actually
thumbnail.
so fun.
is it like the planet Earth kind of?
Essentially, I mean, but it's all like CGI, obviously.
Yeah, yeah,
Also,
yeah.
But it's good. It's
the
really good.
knowledge,
Cool.
just the existing scientific consensus around dinosaurs has changed a lot since we were kids.
Is that the Jews made them up? Is that the scientific
is that what that was?
But I have a nephew and a cousin's kid, and they're both pretty into dinosaurs. So
Yeah.
I've been consuming a little bit of dinosaur stuff here and there, and there are all these species that
many.
I'd never heard of.
Too
it's
many.
like Pokemon. It's like,
Yeah.
can we stick to the original 150? Like, what? Where
I
did
agree.
all these?
Because, like, for example,
things
right,
come
we
from?
think of those long-necked. I mean, famously from the Land Before Time, they're called long necks. The word for them is sauropods. That's the type of dinosaur they are, right? A long
and
neck.
so Brontosaurus would be a part of the sauropod
Yes,
family.
yes.
Yeah,
But in this documentary, they're like introducing the. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what the fuck did you
Yeah.
just say?
What is the
Yeah.
Latin for neck? I think the shift, but I'm not a biology person, so I'm not sure. But I think the shift is now we're trying not to classify animals or species by how the features that they have, but instead
by the content
their-
of their character? Fuck yeah,
content of the
dude. Yeah, dude. Woke
King
nation.
was a biologist.
That was good. That's annoying.
sorry, I had to. make that
but
joke.
what?
But like the it's called phylogenetics or something like that, where we're just trying to actually track genetically
genetic.
their hierarchy
I
or
mean-
their
Yeah, yeah,
lineage.
yeah.
I thought we've been trying to do this.
Yeah.
It makes sense. It's just
In
I
our
haven't
era.
thought about dinosaurs
I know, honestly.
in a long time, and
Like,
yeah.
like when my son is like of age to be into dinosaurs, I'll jump back into this, and that's why I'm watching that doc. I'm like, I want to know like
all for
Triassic,
Lucas, yeah.
Jurassic, right? There's like, and then, like I need to know my shit before Lucas is like, well,
You just gotta watch Jurassic Park.
The original.
everything I know about dinosaurs is from Jurassic Park.
I mean, it's inaccurate, but it's that's the
I love that your next word is it's inaccurate, but
that's the nucleus, right? That's the nucleating point.
well, and you know what? And you're right. Even inaccuracies can teach us something, can't they, James?
They can draw wonder. You know what I mean? You know what? I've had this feeling recently sidebar ish that people yearn for whimsy,
Oh, absolutely. I mean, why do we do improv? Yeah, it's like.
but just in general.
And by whimsy, do you mean
Yearning for whimsy. I just wanted to sit on that for a second. Thank you.
Saul's poetry mind just activated? Saul, don't you dare write a poem that uses
No, I'm
those words.
definitely not going to write yearning for whimsy. Well, actually, maybe I should.
No,
maybe I
don't.
Yearning for whimsy.
What do you mean by that? Elaborate. Yearning for whimsy. Yeah, what does that mean?
I don't know, just like God, I would have had like specific examples a few days ago, but I just have this feeling that like things have been so serious. Honestly, like globally, things like internationally, things are so like serious that people want to partake or sort of immerse themselves in something that's like a little bit more silly and like,
Yes.
and on that note, I want to pull out some Korea Times articles.
Oh, shit.
To see if we're gonna, so that we can get closer to the local news.
Oh, okay. You want to do that?
But Jay, I heard you famously don't like covering current events.
I don't know that. Let's go for it.
Jay, you did take improv, my dude. He just yes-anded you. I just need to really quick point out that our good friend Bran, our Gen Z intern, is asleep in the studio.
Which
Poor guy.
is a good representation of how
Entertaining this episode is. We're sorry, Bran. Are you really going to do some current events, Korea current events?
We could do it.
Nah, man.
Why young Koreans are meeting strangers to eat French,
Eat French fries. Yeah, I
together.
saw that. But people have been doing that for a minute.
I know. Have you tried? Have you thought about it?
No.
I literally looked into it.
You should. You're the guy that would probably gain the most out of that of any of my friends, honestly. You would actually meet people and like talk to them.
I literally was like looking at Tangun, like the local Craigslist, whatever,
Yeah.
to see if there were any locally at the nearby McDonald's.
I mean, there's a McDonald's right here.
I know. I couldn't find one. I was like, and there was a point when I was like, should I just organize myself? The thing for me is I've been in Korea 10 years.
Yeah.
And I like my Korean now feels pretty comfortable, but I'm also at the point in my life where I'm using using Korean the least. Because I always mostly used it in the office,
Right.
but then my like last job was an almost all English speaking office,
Right.
and a lot of my Korean friends I haven't kept up with, like I don't hang out with them. We're all getting a little bit older. And so we're not like just running into each other at like the local bar anymore or whatever.
Well, if you want to arrange like a McDonald's French fry event, I know my wife would love to go because she fucking is addicted to that stuff.
does that sound like interesting to you? Like meeting strangers and just try to.
Absolutely. To me, I love meeting strangers, but to my wife, no. But French fries,
That could sell her.
yeah.
I'm curious if we did a French fry meet and hang out session.
Yeah.
Like obviously there's a handful of people that we know will come.
Yeah.
Or be interested if they can make it. But certainly there are. There's like how many followers are you at now?
James, I think you're
15.
vastly overestimating the
No,
the
but how many are
reach.
you at now? 1,500?
1,500, but that's Instagram. I mean, like our
Well, so
listenership is like maybe 100 per episode. Maybe,
Just
maybe
imagine
150.
if like,
Random people came.
like a tenth of who would come. You know what I mean? I'm very curious who the listeners are. That
Who of
aren't
you
just people
I
that
think
let
it'd
you
be
know.
very sad.
I agree.
Who of you would
but
come?
yeah, sure. I mean,
Yeah, comment below if you
Yeah.
come to our
maybe
lame
hey,
party.
if the side dish reaches 2,000 followers, then maybe we'll consider it.
No, well, first of all, it's a great idea, James.
Yeah.
Not to shit on it. It's actually a terrific idea. I don't know
Wait,
if
okay.
right now is
Comment
a great
below
time.
if you're willing to come to a French fry gathering with a side dish.
With an
I don't think-
unspecified side dish.
Yeah, but I was thinking that how I used to buy pizzas at open session.
Yeah.
I want to start buying pizzas brought to you by the side dish at open session.
Oh yeah, please. That'd be so funny.
I think I should.
Just
because,
get like
I've been
that's-
buying pizzas
that's
for
easy
just get
marketing,
pizza
dude.
school.
no, like the cheapest pizza.
Yeah.
and
It's
be
like-
like, here's a free slice on the side dish. Like
yeah,
we would
dude.
get like 2 followers a week easily just by that
I
alone.
remember literally when the day you brought me on, I just told all the improv people, like a bunch of people started listening in.
Yeah.
but it is a lot. A lot of it are just a lot of the people that listen are just our friends.
Yeah.
But certainly there's a number of people that are listening like quietly. They just enjoy, I don't know, the banter
There's
or
definitely
whatever.
a few. I don't think it's not more than like 20.
Comment below.
Listener, how do you feel about
Get in the
our
comments. Get in the comments.
Yeah. Are you Army? No, whatever.
Are you
So
Army
stupid.
or
That was so
not?
bad.
Are you in or are
If
you
you want to
out?
hear what Aaron sounds like uncensored, come to the
Come to our
podcast.
Patreon, actually. Oh, yeah, come to open session. You can see
No,
my-
don't
my
come to
true
open
self.
session. There are too many people.
Anything else that we want to talk about? Okay, funny observation. So I knew this, but YouTube has been feeding me clips. But Ken Jennings, the
You
guy,
used to live in Korea.
yes, he did. He went to SFS.
He went to SFS,
He went
yeah.
to Seoul Foreign School, same high school as my cousins. But Ken Jennings is the host of Jeopardy.
And was the highest winning
Yeah,
participant.
which is crazy because I didn't really. I kind of knew that in the back of my head, but I'm getting these clips of him like doing Q&As with the audience. And I was just like, wow, he did so well. He won the show, and that's my bid. So okay, I'll cross that out.
He won the show to the point where he now is paid to just
No, he like
Ask the questions.
he didn't just win money. He
How
won
long
the
has
show.
he been on the host?
He's been the host for probably 2
little-
years since Trebek died. That was
It's
years
a
ago.
little- It must be a little bit longer than
It
2
must be
years.
longer.
for some
yeah.
reason it felt like longer. Yeah.
But no, the dude. No, it's
it's
great.
not my.
No, so his dad's also named Ken Jennings, and if back in the day, I don't know if Quora is all like paywalled now, but I remember back in the day, there were a lot of these like denser, like career related questions that people would ask on Quora, and Ken Jennings,
Father.
well, the guy Ken Jennings' father, would pose these like incredibly detailed. I think he was like a Mormon lawyer in Korea, or he came as a missionary.
Oh, Ken
And he-
Jennings is Mormon. That
sounds
explains
more-
so
yeah.
much.
And so he like his father at least speaks fluent Korean and is like very, very knowledgeable about Korean affairs, and would just provide these like incredibly detailed like explanations about like culture and whatever. But then I think it was his like profile description was like the other Ken Jennings or something like that. But yeah, no, it's crazy. Like he's
Dude, getting hooked up with a gig like hosting Jeopardy is insane. That's insane. You only get that gig once the host dies.
once every 50 years.
Yeah, like Drew Carey taking over Bob Barker for Price is Right. Like,
Yeah.
once in a lifetime fucking gig.
Although
You
like
gotta
like
no other choice your way into these gigs.
Ale-
kill every other comedian who's up for the role.
Alex Trebek, and
Have we talked about No Other Choice? I'm sorry to
I
cut
don't
you off. Have
think
we talked
so.
about it yet? Have you seen it?
Yeah.
what is it?
The Park
It's a
Chan-wook
Park Chan-
movie.
Oh, you know
just
what? I
episode.
need to watch. Yeah, I need to watch.
Did
this
you?
one.
You saw it, Saul, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I've been meaning to.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
Actually,
It's
I-
very Park Chan-wook.
I wanna
which is
catch-
like not a good thing though.
I want to catch up on the three like the holy trinity of Korean director movies.
Okay. Well, have you not seen like Old Boy?
I've seen
and
Old
stuff?
Boy.
Okay.
No, but I mean like some of like I watched
Park Chan-wook,
Are you talking about just?
Jong.
Yeah,
and
Park
Bong
Chan-wook's
Joon-ho.
movie.
Bong Joon-ho,
Okay.
yeah.
Bong Joon-ho.
Yeah, I watched Poetry recently.
I have
haven't
actually
seen it.
not watched. I love Lee Chang-dong, but
That was good.
I haven't watched.
Great
Poetry.
movie.
Yeah.
Great movie.
I love Lee Chang-dong specifically though.
I think he's
Yeah.
probably my favorite out
Yeah.
of the three.
He's
Yeah.
the most like austere. I don't know.
He's
also-
the most like.
Isn't he the one who
read
like
Raymond Carver?
it was problematic though? Something problematic with him?
Oh, is
I
there
don't
a
think
thing?
so. I think that's
no, something no.
Ibum.
Oh,
yeah,
Oh, there's a guy. Yes.
yeah,
Kim Gi-duk?
something. Yeah,
Oh, Gi-duk, yeah,
yeah,
Kim
yeah.
Gi-duk, yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
I was gonna say No Other Choice is if you watch it through the lens of like a fable or something more allegorical, then you can just enjoy it. But if you try to watch it through the lens of like, say like Ki Seung Chung, like Parasite, which is kind of how I approached it initially, I was like, oh, this is such a shitty movie. But once I was like, oh wait, it's supposed to be more of an allegory / fabulistic.
Well, what was shitty about it?
I thought the tone and the pacing were both pretty bad.
I agree on
I
the
don't think-
pacing because I found myself being like, when is this over?
Yeah, what the
second
fuck is
half.
going on?
It
Yeah.
was
I thought the first half was great,
it-
personally.
yes, and then I thought it's going to be over, but we're still going, and that kind of took me out of it. And overall, I enjoyed it. Like it's got humor. It's the theme of instead of being the best that I can be, and like hopefully that's good enough. It's like, oh, I need to take down other people. I think that's very Korean.
Yeah.
And it's something that I like really hate. but it's not specific to Korean society. I mean, a lot of things are like that.
Yeah.
And I think that is pretty powerful. But yeah,
The movie tried to make a point about how all the guys that he kills are basically him, but living in different versions of him, which I thought Park Chan-wook should have made that the point of the movie, but he didn't. That's why I didn't like it. I was like, he set up some really interesting parallels and like has the opportunity to tell a much deeper story, but it was kind of, that's why I was like, it's a fable. It's like the Three Little Pigs, you know, like house made of straw, house made of, you know, sticks, house made of bricks. That's kind of, it just felt
It
like
was too
elevated,
farcical?
a little too farcical, yeah, which is very Park Chan-wook, so I can't fault him.
I don't generally like his movies actually, but I really enjoyed this one. I think the comedy and the sort of over the top sort of like what do you call it, like the slapstickiness of it, I think it worked. The end, I thought it redeemed. I think it acquitted itself. I think it acquitted itself.
Overall, I'd say I enjoyed it. Sorry, James. I think we might have
Sorry.
Oh no, I was just
ruined
listening.
it
I've
for
been,
you.
I've been,
We're going to cut all that anyway. So
I've been meaning
So,
to listen. I watch the.
I think we might be able to conclude this episode pretty soon, but I did notice I eavesdropped on your note, Aaron, and you wrote, "I stopped listening to podcasts and I'm listening to music when I run."
Yeah,
so can you expand on that?
This has been such a game changer for me because I used to go to the gym and just listen to podcasts.
Same.
And
Generally,
realized
all podcasts.
Yeah, just or like watch basketball games, like just any sort of content that I was like, oh, I wanted to watch this cooking video. I'll just watch it while I run. But I realized many years later, now that I'm 38, that like, no, I need to listen to fucking music, and it needs to pump me up. It needs to be the kind of music that I really want to move my body to. Like, I swear to God, when I'm running on the treadmill, I'm almost dancing at one point. I'm like fist pumping. You know what I mean? Like I'm because I'm so high off the adrenaline, right?
Yeah.
And I've become quasi addicted to it. Like I really look forward to my morning runs. I go to the gym almost every day now, and like I'm getting interested in like running faster, doing it quicker, like and it's like I have my steady playlist of songs that I know I can start at like 12 kilometers per hour and then work my way up to 13 and like push it to like a 14.5. Like it's a lot of fun for me. And I'm like, why was I not doing this before? And I shared that with Jayon. She's like, you're such an idiot. Well, who listens to podcasts while they work out? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But when I look around the gym, there's so many people just like watching golf on the treadmill. And I'm like, how are you getting a workout watching something this like unstimulating?
I will say when I'm at the gym and they have TVs on the treadmill, right? I need to be looking at something. If it's there, I want to be looking at. I'm listening to
dude, I'm
something.
the
on the
opposite.
okay,
side.
but you are like kind of also
Yeah.
I
looking at it.
raw dog, dude. No music, nothing. Just me and my thoughts.
You're a monk.
Okay, so
meditative.
Aaron, so like give us a top 3 of music that you do listen to while you run. What
I mean,
pumps you
I
up?
could just show you, dude.
Yeah.
I think lately
I feel like the challengers
If it's Skrillex,
Probably.
score would be good.
it's embarrassing, but I'll just share it. So I start with "I Melt with You" by Modern English. That song, like I'd stop the world and melt with you.
Oh.
You know, whatever. However
Is it EDM?
No, it's an old 80s
Oh,
song.
yeah.
Okay.
But the beats per minute is like it's perfect for running at 12 kilometers per hour,
Okay.
which is like my starting pace. Then I go into Blitzkrieg Bop by the Ramones, which is 13. It's a great. And then I do New Order Age of Consent, which is also 13, and it's long. Da da dung 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 da 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 dung dung da 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 dung 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 da 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 dung da hi hat.
Yeah.
It always pumps me up.
Yeah.
I also started like I threw in some MIA in there because she has some really like good beat songs. I've got 99 Red Balloons for some reason because that's also a
which
fast-
version?
The club version.
There's a club version?
There's a club version.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway,
It's
like
Bjork or nothing for me. Yeah.
It ends really slow. The original
it starts
song.
really slow.
The original,
so that's
yeah.
why after about 10 minutes of running, it has a 45-second intro that's really slow. So I'll slow down and walk that, and then I'll pump it up and
There's
just
sequencing.
sprint. For
Okay.
This is a specific like interval you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm paying attention to how fast I'm running, what my BPM is.
Would you want to
basically.
do like
Do you
a 10K?
have devices that you use?
I want to work up to doing like a 10K or 20K. Huh?
Do you do device? Are there any devices you're using?
No, just my Apple Watch and stuff.
So you have the watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's been so much fun, and also I've been like doing wall ball shots with like these heavy balls, medicine balls, And that shit has just changed my life. When I lift up Lucas in the morning, I'm like, bro, your dad
that
is
makes
so
sense.
strong. Your dad is so strong.
Wait, where'd you
bro."
get the idea from for wall balls shots?
Chaehyun.
Oh, then
Yeah, she
that
did
makes sense.
CrossFit for years.
Yeah,
so she
yeah,
like
that
knows
makes
So that's a
sense.
CrossFit move for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. But also, I'm the only one at our apartment complex gym doing these.
Yeah, that makes
maneuvers.
sense too, though, because
yeah.
it's like not a typical movement for a gym, a regular gym.
It isn't
yeah.
at all.
So I was
Where you have a wall that's
Yeah.
capable of.
Yeah,
taking
yeah.
it,
There's areas.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
fact that the equipment's there,
Yeah.
it's fair game.
But I mean,
Some of the gyms in Korea are quite small. You couldn't.
yeah,
really
and
walk.
sometimes
Yeah,
the
yeah.
walls are not very high. You know.
oh no,
yeah.
our gym's state of the art. It's brand new.
Yeah.
You have a golfing area.
We do.
Let's go, Jay.
Yeah.
I would do.
I-
Please, you
I
guys
think
should
it's
come over.
residents only.
No, they can bring
Oh
guests.
no, we could probably
No,
book
guests.
it with you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't know how to golf. Any last words? Any words of wisdom for the listeners? This was a great episode. I had a lot of fun.
I was trying to figure out how to loop in the idea of like opening the floodgates with like your parents by learning to speak Korean, which was at the very beginning of our conversation. I just could not find an in for that conversation, but I just want to say, dudes, or dudettes or whoever, guys, if you can like learn the mother tongue of your parents at some point in your life, like it really changes your understanding of your parents, like in ways that you might not really comprehend. Because I also took I was on a very similar timeline with you, 2 years to start just getting by, and then 5 years to like really start being able to develop ideas, you know. But now I make jokes with my parents. Yeah,
I feel like I got to level up because my dad studied literature.
my mom also studied literature. She's
Anyways, I got to keep going. I got to keep grinding. That's the
Well,
goal.
on that note, I came to Korea 5 years ago. A big reason why I came was to learn Korean so that I can better understand my ancestors, specifically my closest ones, who are my parents and my grandparents. And so, I improved greatly.
You've gotten
So much better since I
for
first moved here. So I remember a couple years ago, I was back in LA and I was with my one grandma who's still alive. And I had all this knowledge of Korean that I didn't have before. I could communicate with her. And I was like, Harmony, I was asking her all these questions, and she just didn't give a fuck. She's just asking my dad about what medication he has ready for her. She just didn't give a fuck. And I'm just
No, that's
"Ah,
devastating.
shit."
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah. So, I mean, ideally that would happen where
But your
you have
parents
this
speak
profound
English.
experience. Yeah, my parents are fluent in English. But
Yeah.
My dad was talking about how he he lives in the Dominican Republic and he doesn't speak Spanish, and so when he's speaking to his the people that he is working with or whatever, he apologizes to them. And he's like, sorry, my English is fucked up, so that yours can't get any better than
Lo siento.
I'm saying he's saying this in
Lo
English.
siento porque mi
Why are
inglés
you
es
saying
mucho
that?
fucked up. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of the Side Dish Podcast. If you want to support us, please comment below if you would eat French fries with us, and we will make sure that event happens. And with that said, we'll catch you guys in the next episode.
Why does the outro music sound like the graveyard town in Pokemon? I just want to point that out.
maybe it subconsciously entered my mind was I was making it.
Peace.
Peace.